We call it a farm bill, but of course it's also a nutrition bill, a food and nutrition bill. And the food and nutrition part is actually the majority of the expenditures that would be expected under there. It's about 80% of the total expenditures that you talked about. And it does cover a larger proportion of milk for some of our larger dairy farms that didn't like the previous bill that we had, the MILC program.
Wisconsin should be a net winner as well. The overall reduction in spending on commodity support isn't substantial. Maybe on between crop insurance and commodity support total is about a 6% cut. And what has really been is a shift away from traditional commodity support programs, price and revenue support, towards crop insurance. Actual expenditures on crop insurance they anticipate to go up about 6%. My point is that when sometimes when crop prices get high, it becomes a problem for all the livestock producers because the crops are their inputs, and for farmers that are grazing grain, it's their output, so they get paid by grain, and then they sell it to their neighbors who might be dairy farmers only. A lot of dairy farmers are integrated and do a lot of their own crop production, but then they face the trade-off: do I sell the corn or do I feed it to my cattle?
But I should also caution people, we've got the skeleton of a new program in place here, and we know what all these major big bones and pieces are of this thing. But USDA has to now take back from Congress and the President what was signed into law and write all the details that actually allow them to implement this.
Oh, all the rules and regs.
Yes.
And that's why the deadlines and dates are not clear yet, and just what those programs are going to be like. There's a lot of implementation work to be done yet.
Yeah,
that's the fine print, right, gentlemen? I'm sorry.
And the Secretary has said that we'll try to have this in place by the 1st of September. They may get it done before that, but you know, they aren't going to change the major architecture of these pieces, but some of those small details can make a difference.
So when I started really looking at the details on the commodity side, both the House and Senate versions that passed earlier and the ones even before that were actually quite similar and weren't drastic changes. It's more of a shifting towards revenue support. And as I told farmers, look, you know, these aren't going to be major changes. And I mean, frankly, the last few years with their high commodity prices, the income numbers you're showing, the farm programs are less than 5% of farm income. It's all about markets being driven by what's going on internationally, the weather. That's more important.